Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
Did I ever tell you guys about Nate the Snake?
Did I ever tell
No Nate the Snake today.
I want to hear about Nate the Snake.
No, you don't want to hear about Nate the Snake.
It's a really funny joke.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so basically, back in the day, there's this amazing adventurer named Johnny Thunder.
Oh, if you think this is long,
so
you haven't heard the story.
Johnny
of Nate the
Thunder,
Snake.
he was like Indiana Jones, right? He traveled the world, he did all sorts of cool things, he found cool stuff, but there was always this one quest he spoke of to his children, and he always told them that if I could do anything, I would want to walk all the way across the Sahara Desert, horizontally. And no one understood why. And they were like, what, why would you want to do this? This makes no sense. So then, one day, out of nowhere, he disappears.
Take the camera.
We'll pick this story up on another time.
No! Rocco!
Okay, so Nate the Snake.
So, basically, Johnny Thunder disappears. He has children, and one of his children, Clutch Powers. Clutch Powers.
Well,
Jesus
clearly is not what the Silas has.
Clutch Powers actually got the only
Clutch
gift
Powers,
he got
Clutch Powers.
from his father,
I almost
Johnny
said that
Thunder,
everywhere.
was a map of
we
the
all
horizontal
stuck in
Sahara
here?
Desert with marked trail on where to go.
Oh my god, dude.
So he's for his entire life he's wanted to make this trail, and one day he decides, you know what? I only live once. I have a lot of money. I have a house. I have a wife and children. I'm gonna retire pretty soon. Why not? I'll make the trek my father tried to do, and I'll go across the Sahara Desert. Now his wife is not into this plan at all. That's why he doesn't tell her, and he doesn't tell any of his children, and he just leaves. He just goes. And yeah, I know, it's really messed up.
God, Nate the Snake sucks.
No, this is not Nathan Snake yet.
Put him
So
down.
he
This
just
Clutch
leaves,
Powers.
and
Oh,
he
yeah.
he
Put him
flies
down.
out. He flies out, and he goes to like one of the like a city that borders the Sahara Desert, and he lands there, and he decides, you know
Do you
what?
not know any cities that border the Sahara Desert?
Not off the top of my head. Clutch. He decides, you know what? All I need. I'm a pretty light traveler. All I need is just some food, some water, and an all-terrain vehicle, and I'll be good.
That's me.
So he starts making his trek, but then his ATV breaks down like about a quarter of the way through. So he's like, no biggie, I'll carry on foot. Big mistake. He's actually never traveled through a desert before, and he didn't realize how much it sucks, and he thought he could just tank all this. Turns out he couldn't, and he severely overestimates his capabilities, and he runs out of food and water. He's dehydrated, and he's starving, and he's like, man, I'm gonna die here. This sucks. I'm having a terrible time. But then he sees in the corner of his eye, he sees an oasis just as he's about to collapse. He's like, you know what? I can make it there. I can do it. So he travels over to this oasis. And it's a long and arduous journey. He's like crawling by the end, right? And he finally arrives, and he starts drinking some water. And, it's real. It's not a mirage. This is like the real deal. And he's on his hands and knees drinking water. But then suddenly it evaporates, and he hears a rattling behind him. And he turns around, and he sees da-da-da-da. He sees a snake, a rattlesnake behind him, a blue rattlesnake behind him. And this blue rattlesnake says, "Ta-ta! You have found me! I am Nate the Snake, and I have been guarding this lever." And he points to a lever with his tail. He says, "I've been guarding this lever for forever, for all of human history." And Clutch Powers is so awesome. He doesn't even respond. He's like, whoa, what is happening? He thinks he's hallucinating right now. And Nate the Snake goes, oh, you think this is a hallucination? Yes, this happens sometimes. And he pinches Clutch, and Clutch realizes, oh my god, this is real. And Nate the Snake goes, listen, all right, I'm dropping the act, right? I've been around for a long time. I've been around for all of humanity, guarding this lever that was given to me. And basically, if I pull this lever, it'll exterminate all of humanity like that. They will all just be destroyed just like that. And he's like, but listen, I have hypoglycemia and I'm dying very fast.
Oh no,
he was alive all of human history, but but
now he's terminally ill
with hypoglycemia.
Listen, I'm terminally ill.
Hey, when that happens.
And honestly, Like, I'm kind of
Happens
tired
to
of
the
this.
best of us.
So you know what? Because I found you, I am going to grant you. I am going to charge you,
I'm gonna let
task
someone
you,
carry me on their
and your
back.
children
Me too.
with
That's what I did. That's
guarding this lever for me.
what I'm doing.
And in exchange, I will give you 3 wishes. That's right, 3 wishes is your payment if you accept, and this lever is your and your grandchildren's responsibility. And Clutch Powers, he's dying, right? He's starving, he's dehydrated. He's like, you know what, fine, I'll do anything just to get out of this. I'll do anything to survive.
Rock
So he's
would
like,
carry me.
sure, you know what, I'll do it. This lever is now mine and my grandchildren's and my entire bloodline's responsibility. And Nate the Snake goes, great choice. All right, now you have 3 wishes. Use them wisely, because I really can't do any more than 3 at my old age. And Clutch Powers goes, okay, first of all, more than anything else, I want water. I am so thirsty. So Nate the Snake goes, cracks his little tail whip, and he says, done. And then the oasis is filled with water, and Clutch drinks to his heart's content. And then Nate the Snake goes, what next? And Clutch goes, you know what? You know, I'd like to be humble, but I'm not. I am greedy, and although I've made a lot of money in my day, I want more. You know what I want? I want an infinite amount of money transferred to my bank account. And Clutch doesn't even think this is possible. He's just testing the limits. And Nate the Snake cracks his whip, and he says, done. And just infinite money has been transferred to his bank account, just like that. He gets
He just checks his like Capital One app.
yeah. Well, he has
No,
he has Starlink internet, right? He can get
Okay.
that. So he's like, wow, so this really is powerful. And Nate the Snake goes, all right, last one. Oh my God, it's a vulture.
Why
So
couldn't he have wished for Marley to not be so unbearable?
And stop distracting.
because that is not the universe we are working in.
Oh, sorry.
So okay, Nate the Snake goes, all right, one more, make it count. And Clutch Powder goes, you know what? I've had quite the adventure, and honestly, I miss my family. Can you fix up my ATV and make it like traversable in any conditions and get me out of here, please? And Nate the Snake cracks his whip. Suddenly, the ATV turns into this all-powerful vehicle. It can traverse any terrain, and it has unlimited fuel. And it has food and all the supplies he needs to get back. And Clutch is like, you know what, Nate? It's been nice to know you, and I'll guard this lever with all my life, and this will be my next priority.
Like, in
And Nate the
front?
Snake goes, you got it.
Or is it just like...
And so Clutch climbs in, and he gets in the car, and Nate the Snake goes, hold on a second. Listen, you know, I've been around forever, but I've been stuck here. And for once, I just want to see what humanity has been capable of in all this time. Please,
So crazy.
in my dying moments, will you please just take me to the human city and show me what they've been capable of? And Clutch Powers thinks for a second, and he looks at Nate and goes, listen, man, look, I'd love to, but I'm really trying to expedite this process. I just want to get out of here. I want to go home. I'm sorry, buddy,
What a
but you know what? Maybe next time, all right? Have a nice rusty.
Bro,
have a nice
gave
final
him
moments.
unlimited money.
So
That's a fucking
he closes the door and he drives off. And he's driving for a couple seconds, and then he realizes all of a sudden the steering wheel is not obeying him. And the steering wheel poof, disappears. He's like, what the heck? What's happening? And then all of a sudden the wheels turn around, hand of God steering, and then start turning towards the lever. And Clutch Powers looks, and he sees Nate the Snake cackling. And Nate goes, you fool! You have really shown me what humanity is capable of. I was told if at any sign that humanity was evil and lost their way, I should pull this lever and exterminate them. And you have truly shown me the greed and what they're... You wouldn't... after everything I give you, you wouldn't even give me one tiny thing that I asked of you. So, you know what? You're going to be the one to hit the lever and destroy all of humanity. How's that make you feel? And Clutch is like, oh my God, what have I done? So Clutch quickly, he jumps out of the car, and the car is careening towards the lever. And he's like, oh God, what'd I do? And all of a sudden, at his feet, he feels something weird. He feels a skull. He feels bones. And he sees the femur bone of his father, Johnny Thunder, who had passed
was
away
his
here.
name?
This was his final resting place. And he grabs the femur, and he throws it at the car. And it just so happens to hit the wheels, to knock it, and instead it runs over Nate the Snake and doesn't hit the lever. And Nate the Snake is dead, the lever is safe, and Clutch realizes that he saved all of humanity there. You know, he did a good thing.
Yeah.
But he looks at the man he's become. You know, he starts to reflect for a second. And he thinks about how greedy and how lusting for power he was. And he thinks, you know what? It's time I take these lessons to the mainland. It's time I impart the wisdom that I learned here.
So he just becomes Moses.
And it's time that I teach the world what I learned here. And you know what? These lessons, they may be pretty basic, but you know what? It's better Nate than Lever.
Why are you climbing away?
That's so f***ing stupid.
That's the joke.
You're such a
I really likes. I didn't care about the joke. I was charmed by the story.
Oh, well, it was a joke, not
He
a story.
basically became Moses, right?
That's not what Moses did, but sure.
You know, this world we live in today is a pretty strange world too.